I've seen many courtrooms in my life, some filled with lies, some with justice, but that day, in a small Chicago courtroom, something different happened, something unforgettable. The judge was just settling into his chair when a soft, steady voice broke the silence. "I am my mother's lawyer." Now, that wasn't a voice you'd expect to hear from a 9-year-old boy, but David Thompson wasn't just any boy. He stood there skinny, glasses slipping down his nose beside his mother, Janet, a woman who had worked 60 hours a week just to keep food on their table. And across the room sat Robert Wellington, a man with a Rolex on his wrist, lawyers at his side, and the smugness of wealth in his eyes. At first, folks chuckled. A child speaking in a $1 million custody case? But David didn't flinch. He adjusted his glasses, opened a beat-up notebook, and started quoting international law like he was born for it. That room fell silent. Now, Robert hadn't been around much. 4 visits in 9 years, always with gifts, never with time. But then he found out there was a $1.7 million trust fund money he could touch only if he gained custody. And just like that, he remembered he had a son. But David had been doing his homework, not schoolwork, no sir, legal research at the public library. With the help of a librarian named Miss Rodriguez, he built a case strong enough to shake the very foundations Robert Wellington built his lies on. The boy stood in that courtroom, notebook in hand, and one by one he tore down the walls Robert hid behind. He spoke of lawsuits, of manipulation, of recordings secretly captured in their small apartment. He even played a tape Robert's own voice, admitting his plans to ship David off to military school and use the trust fund for himself. That room, you could have heard a pin drop. Robert turned red, then white, then tried to speak. But words don't mean much when the truth is echoing off every wall around you. And that's when David said something I'll never forget. A real father wouldn't try to get rid of his own son to steal his money. Even the judge, a man who'd heard it all, leaned forward, silent. You see, this wasn't just about money or custody. This was about a boy, a black boy, standing up to a system that's used to ignoring voices like his. It was about daring to be heard in a world that tells you to stay quiet. And on that day, David spoke so loud, the whole damn country could have heard him. I don't know what became of David after that day, whether the system truly changed or if Robert ever faced what he deserved. But I do know this, that boy, that day, he reminded us all that courage has no age and justice doesn't always wear a suit. And sometimes, just sometimes, the smallest voice in the room carries the greatest truth.